Hi everybody, Chelsey Jean here. I really want to talk to you today about stress and the lymphatic system. So, unfortunately, stress has just become normal to all of us. Stress is just something that we tend to have a level of now. And I think we've just got used to being stressed. And unless somebody points it out to you, you don't really know that you are in it anymore. And it's quite sad that it shows that chronic exposure to large levels of stress, large levels of cortisol, which is the stress hormone, can literally cause your lymphoid tissue, your lymphatic tissue to die. All right, it can cause your lymphatic tissue to die. So constant levels of cortisol will also lower your immune system as well. So we know that if you're stressed out, you are going to probably get sick too. The doctor will say, oh, have you been stressed lately? Yeah, so your immune system also suffers quite a lot. And who really feels stress-free? Is there a time, not lately, that you feel stress-free? There's always something going on. There's something going on with the kids, with the family, with work, trying to work a computer, trying to get your emails, trying to get passwords right. When does this stop? I think we just keep on adding more and more on, and just think we're adding more and more to our lymphatic system as well. And it's so much for our body to be able to handle. And if left unchecked, it has a devastating effect, of course, on your adrenal system, your digestive system. Before, if you're going to do a race, or if you're going to get up on stage and talk, you've got to probably, do a stress pee. You might even have diarrhea, happen. So we know that it upsets all the microbes in your digestive system as well. Stress in your brain. If your brain doesn't stop, it's always constantly going over and over things. All of that waste has to get out and go somewhere. And, the damage that it does to your lymphatic system, nobody talks about. So let's recap on what the lymphatic system does. Transports nutrients around your body. So how a lot of your hormones and your fats and your sugars and everything gets circulated around your body does help. The lymphatic system does help that. If it is too big to fit into the bloodstream, it gets pushed off into the lymphatic system. So when your lymphatics become congested, energy levels drop. And these fats and the proteins, think of like gluten and things that are too big to go into the bloodstream, will be stored. The fat gets stored, and it normally sits in this spot where we don't want it to, ladies, around the belly. And of course, then our weight goes up. The lymphatic system has so much to do with your immune system as well. It's how those T cells and those B cells and those lymphocytes, all get around the body. When you hurt yourself, it's the immune response that gets those all of those white blood cells to the area to be able to bring in the right healing. But it also, the lymphatic system takes out the junk, the metabolic waste, the cellular waste that needs to go too. So your immune system, depends on the speed of your lymphatic system as well. So when things become congested, everything slows down. So another really interesting thing is when you have increased cortisol in your body, so increased stress hormone, the body will block the lymphatic system in an attempt to prevent excess fluid circulation. So to stop that fluid and that cortisol getting all out and around the body. And then that is going to have its own damaging effects down the track. Interestingly, I've been talking to Kimmy, who specializes in nutrition for lipedema, and she's been doing some studies, and yes, we know that it is related hormonally. It has to be, because mainly women get it. And the numbers are now like 2 in 10 women with struggling with lipedema, that toxic fat. But what her blood test is showing is the common denominator is high levels of cortisol, and is that what's killing off the lymphatic tissue? That's what's causing that tissue to be, quite toxic and not being able to be broken down. So what are some steps? What are some things that you can do to help lower your stress? We know them. Breathe. Just by using your lymphatic gloves, the sensory part, just the sensory part of using the spikes, I find lowers my stress levels as well. Assisting your body, doing your lymphatic sequence, following the sequence, as you know, starting at the chest, working around your belly clockwise, back to front, working from the closest part of your heart, and then working your way down, but always brushing up. So I always feel so much better, more energized and lighter after I use my gloves. But if you think when you're stressed, what body response do you have? You tighten up. Everything gets really tight and compressed. So the lymphatic flow is going to have to push harder to get through. And remember, the lymphatic system does not have a pump. Your heart has your blood is 5 liters, and it has your heart to pump it around. Your lymphatic system does not have a pump. And if you're all tight and all banged up, you're not going to be able to push that lymph around. So toxins are going to pool. Toxins are going to pool in your body. And, your gut is going to become congested as well. So there are so many different things that it's a domino effect, right? It's a domino effect. So what can we do? Number 1, support healthy lymphatic circulation. Move your body, breathe, stop wearing bras, tight fitting bras, go and see your therapist and get a great lymphatic massage. Remember to follow the sequence. The next thing is your fight and flight, your parasympathetic nervous system. And what we find in clinic a lot, we use compression therapy, and we use the Normatec compression therapy. And I find that just like kids who have anxiety and they wear a weighted, a security singlet, or they have a weighted blanket, and you have that womb type feeling when you are held and when you are safe. So create a sense of safety somewhere. Have somewhere in your house or in your life or somewhere where you can meditate, stop and see a picture in your brain where you are in your mind, where you are safe. Okay, bring in a safety net for yourself. Just doing that allows you to breathe, allows the shoulders to go down, allows some relaxation back into your body. Learn how to identify it, okay? Learn how it's coming in and recognize it before it gets to the extreme stage. Just like everything, just like health, we don't want to have that nasty knock on the door or that phone call from the doctor that says, there's something seriously wrong here. We don't want that. So learn how to identify stress. Talk to your friends. Give them permission to say, hey, I think you're getting a little bit stressed out. Give them permission to reach out to you and say, take a breath, something like that. Help your digestion. Don't put things into your body that is hard to break down. Do our hair test. Like that's why we do the hair test. We identify out of 600 different food and household items, what is causing your body irritation and stress. Get them out, you know, just get rid of them. Reset your sleeping rhythm. You need to sleep. You need to rest. It's okay to take a breath. You don't have to be in super control of everything. You know, connect with your spirit guides. Let's get a little bit woo-woo. Ask for help. Ask your angels for help. I love Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono was a beautiful healing. And it's when we say to yourself, you know, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. It lights up my world, and I use it a lot with my clients. And yes, I teach the lymphatic system and what to do with your body, but really it takes me my 8-week program to be able to teach the head stuff that goes along with this. There is so much head stuff for you to learn, to identify and deal with the obstacles that come up in your life. Okay. And then the most important one is connect with joy. What do you love? What's fun? What do you do for fun? You know, and it can be something super ridiculous. That's okay. Just connect to it, please. You know, put on some music, lay out in the sun, watch a funny movie, do some gardening, knit, color in. Just what do you do for you? That's fun. So please, you know, have a think about that. Don't judge yourself. Don't get into fear and blame and saying, oh, you know, I should have been doing this earlier. You know, just jump in the other side. You get to choose every single time. You get to choose whether you're going to go with the green and just let it flow and let it go, or you can jump into the red and get angry and upset and carry on too. All right, everybody, you have a choice. But that's my tips for lowering your stress. And of course, we have lots of natural remedies as well. Lots of herbs that help. There could be some dysregulation in your hormones. There could be some dysregulation in your neurotransmitters as well that we can help with as naturopaths too. So yeah, hopefully you're feeling a little bit less stressed out now, and I look forward to hearing any questions, how you're going with your lymphatic body movement, and yeah, reach out if I can help. Thanks guys, see you in the next video.